Well, hello out there, all my DIY artsy crafty friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Dee, the Messy Perfectionist. And on this channel, I am sharing my love and learning for all things artsy crafty related, mostly sharing a lot of my adult coloring new to me journey and my experience and inexperience through that. And it's my hope that by sharing my own journey through all of the learning curves of doing something new, that maybe I can inspire someone else to embark on their own artsy crafty journey, whatever that looks like for you or wherever you perceive your own skill level to be at. So welcome to my little judgment-free creative safe space in my corner of the internet where we can share and maybe learn something fun together. In today's video, I am sharing a speed through color along of this Halloween type inspired spooky Scarecrow from the adult coloring book Dark Art by Francois Gautier. I did share a full flip through of this book, so if you are interested in that and happen to miss it, I will try to remember to pop a name card up above now so you can take a look at that if you would like. Here is the swatch card and the beginning color palette that I chose for this picture. I did use my Prismacolor Premier pencils along with some other mixed media, which you'll see as we go along the way. And I am showing the colors here that I started with, but I do add a few more here and there as we progress through the coloring. And as I add new pencils, I will write those down so you can see the numbers and on the little swatch card that's next to the book there, in case you were trying to either color this page or maybe create something similar to this. As per usual, I will periodically talk throughout the video explaining what I'm doing or maybe why I did or didn't do something, followed by some music. But before we begin, my request to you, beautiful viewer, is that if you happen to see or hear something you like in this video or feel inspired in some way and would like to see more from me, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, the notification bell, share, comment, all that good stuff. It really does help a little channel grow, and I am so enjoying creating content for you guys and sharing this journey and experience with you. And I love our little community. It's been a lot of fun. I do appreciate all of you guys for doing all the things and taking time to watch this video, of course, to the end. I do hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. So first off, we are beginning with our spooky Scarecrow here, starting with his shirt and then moving on to the rest of him. I do use my pencils and fine liner pens and also some white gel pen to complete this picture. I also pulled out my odorless mineral spirits to further blend the sky area that you will see when we get to that piece. But for now, I will just let you watch this process and we will catch up a little bit down the line. starting on our poor little captive crow over here, I'm going in with a lot of blues and grays. I really avoid using black pencil as much as I can. I just feel like it's so heavy on the page, and when I first started coloring and painting, I used a lot of black, and I had an artist friend once tell me that I used way too much black, and that was just because when I was painting, I couldn't really see color in the way that artists see color. And I'm really trying to build my skills on that and really break down all of the colors. For example, clouds. When we look at clouds and we say, oh, well, they're white. Well, they're not really, though. If we look closer, there's a lot of blues and grays and sometimes purples, right? So that's how artists see color, and I'm trying to build my skills in that way. It's harder than it seems. I think for people that are born with that natural talent, it's so easy for them, but for the rest of us, it's a skill that I feel like we need to practice to build up. And you can build it up just like you can muscles in the gym, right? You can. It just takes practice. So speaking of sky and clouds, this is the next area that I am tackling here. You will see me struggle a little bit, and I will take out my trusty little friend, the pencil eraser or eraser pen that I just love so much to take a little bit of pigment out when I go a little too heavy in the bottom area there with a little too much purple. I think I used, or a very dark blue. I had to lighten it up a little bit. I do go in layers. I'm not so concerned about going over the crows that are flying in the sky because I knew that I would be going in with a darker color and or fine liner pen. I wanted to create a little bit of dimension with the clouds, maybe have them look a little stormy while keeping the sky kind of the brightest focal point, kind of the bright of this dark image. And so I take my white gel pen and go over a lot of the lines in the clouds to kind of take away a little bit of that harsh black line that's there while still keeping the stormy cloud effect. And when I did not get the blending look that I was totally going for after using my blender pencil and, of course, layering all the different colored pencils, that is when I decide to go in with the odorless mineral spirits and do a further blend. And then I was happier with it. And you'll see the process here in just a minute as we're moving along. So as I'm finishing up with my blender pencil here, just kind of filling in the clouds a little bit, I decide to go ahead and grab those odorless mineral spirits to get more of the blend that I was looking for. And you guys have seen me use these before in books. I love using this. It takes very, very little mineral spirits on your brush to get the blend effect. It's a great option if you don't mind using mixed media in your coloring books. And these pages are kind of thick, so no worries. Even if your pages are a little thin, you can typically get away with using the odorless mineral spirits on them. It doesn't cause like bleed through or anything. You might get a little bit of a wetness in the back, or like an oil looking just while it's wet. And as soon as everything's dry, it's just dry. It's fine. You can go back over it. You have no problem with, using ink or pencil or anything like that on your next page. It's fine. And of course, as I'm blending, I decide to go over, as you saw there, a little bit on top of the Scarecrow. And then once that was dry, I'm working on the crows that are flying in the background here. And you'll see me go back in with the pencil and the fine liner pens a few different times as I felt necessary, and needing to brighten things up here and there, create more definition. And then I do go in with a white or that cloud blue, very light blue pencil to further blend out the sky a little bit more, and you'll see it goes over just fine. Like I said, once those mineral spirits are dry, you can go back over them with your media that you're using, and it works out really nicely. Now we are starting on the field, the corn, and there's a sign there, and you will see some of these skeletons popping out as well as some flowers. I do not know my flowers, but I went with the feeling of poppies so that I could just have kind of the same colors, those reds. I wanted the field to be yellows and some greens, and I thought the red poppy flowers would really help this stand out, and I do like the way that it turned out in the end. I left the skeletons kind of neutral-ish, and then did cast a little bit of shadow around the skeletons as well as some of the corn and things like that, just to create a little bit more of that dimension. But I didn't go crazy with my colors. You'll see I kept it pretty simple. I wanted it to be there, but I wanted the focal point to be the spooky scarecrow in the image. So I didn't go crazy with doing a lot of detail in the field of this picture. So I apparently lost some footage here of adding in that green around the corn or the top of the field, so I do apologize for that. You can see what I did here overall, but yeah, I don't know. I wind up having to do, of course, these pictures over periods of time, and I am a busy mom, so you know, I have interruptions and things like that. And a lot of times when I'm coloring, my kiddo's coloring here with me, and sometimes things come up, of course, and I forget to just hit record again when I get up and, you know, sit back down. So that's how that happens, in case you are wondering. As we draw towards the end of this video, I would once again just like to thank everybody for watching, and if you made it to this point, I appreciate you all so much. I'm almost to my 500 subscribers, which is the new minimum for YouTube for some sort of monetization. I'm not sure if they monetize at that point or if I can start doing some lives and things like that, but either way, the watch hours are now up to 4,000 hours. I only have about 1,200 hours, which I'm not complaining. That's awesome. I'm doing this to have fun, but you can't help but look and be like, oh my goodness, am I ever going to get to those watch hours? That's always hard, I think, for people to get, because we tend to skip through videos, especially like this. We might just want to see a certain part or skip through. So again, appreciate you all if you are taking the time to watch it. I do try to speed these up as much as I possibly can. They do take me anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to complete a picture, so I try to shorten them down as much as I can. But again, thank you all so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought. How did this come out? I will wrap this up and then show a final image here in a second of the completed picture with the any additional like fine liner pen that I added and things like that. So until we speak again, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Remember to take a little bit of time for yourself. Always be kind to yourself and others. And we'll be talking again soon. Bye.